Welcome to Instrumental Music. Today we're going to be learning how to put the clarinet together from the top down, so from the mouthpiece and all the way down, and we're going to learn to where to put our fingers. Okay, so all of those things today. So we're going to start by just getting a reed out, getting a reed, giving it a suck like it's a lolly. You could dip it in a glass of water as well, but just put it in your mouth. While I'm doing that, I'm going to grab my other pieces. I'm going to grab the mouthpiece. Just grab the mouthpiece. I'll just take that out so I can talk. And the barrel, okay? That's the short little piece. It's called a barrel because it's sort of fat down the bottom. It looks like a wine barrel. So I prefer to put the reed on the instrument with the mouthpiece on the barrel. I'm going to take my reed and the ligature. This is the ligature. If one end is slightly bigger than the other end. Whoop, where is it? There we go. So you can sort of see that one end is bigger than the other. Don't know where to hold it. There we go. You'll see that. It'll only fit on one way. If it's the wrong way, it'll only fit that far. And if it's the right way, it'll fit further. Just drops down. So lick the reed one more time. We're going to put the flat part of the reed, not the part with the shiny bark on it, but the part with the writing on the mouthpiece with the opening. Come in a bit closer. There we go. Okay, so just put that on there. With my left hand I hold the reed with my thumb, holding it down. Then I'd very carefully hold the ligature and just slip it over the top like that. Oh, I might need to unwind it a bit, not too much, because then it makes it just difficult to do back up. So I'll try and get it nice and straight, not a bit crooked. If it's like that, see how it's a bit crooked? Don't want that, okay? So nice and straight. So the ligature is sort of fairly tight at this moment. And I'll try and put the ligature down past the little cut. There's a little cut there, it's called the French cut. And I'll try and put it below that. The top of the reed needs to be level with the top. You can touch it very gently. We have to be careful with the top of the reed that we don't touch it too much, because it might splinter off and break the reed. So then I can do this up a bit, one at a time, do the bottom one, do the top one, do the bottom one, do the top one. Just checking every now and again at the top of the reed. I'll just hold my hand there so you can see. Okay, so that's level with the top, not sticking out, not too far down. Sometimes you can see a little black, how do I hold it? Little black line like that. That's pretty good when it's like that. Okay, so then do it up really tight and then just back a bit. So righty-tighty, do it up really tight and then back it off again. Okay, so there we've got the reed on the mouthpiece, which is on the barrel. Gives you something to hold while you're putting it on. And when you're putting it on the instrument, it's not too difficult to do. Okay, we're going to play a note on that first. So grab your mouthpiece and your barrel. And what we want with the clarinet mouthpiece, clarinet embouchure, so our band face for the clarinet, we want a fairly flat chin. We don't want it puffing up when we're playing, we want it flat. We want a nice sort of ski jump there, like a ramp for skateboarding. Nice and flat, tight corners, like you're going, Gently, carefully put the mouthpiece in your mouth. And blow a note. Should sound like that, bit squawky. If you put too much reed in the mouth, so too much mouthpiece, it can sound very shrill and harsh. We don't want that. That's too much mouthpiece, just a little bit. And if we squeeze the mouthpiece too much, it can actually close everything up and no air gets through. We still want air to get through the little hole there. So that if you close it up too much, it sounds like this. Nothing goes through. So if you feel like there's nothing going through, relax the opening keep that flat? I think. Okay, so that's that. Blow a few notes on that to get used to that sound and the air going through the instrument. We want the air to go through the mouthpiece and all the way down to the instrument when we set it up. Okay, now we're going to set up the instrument. Open your case up carefully with the lid up at the top. So often your cases have an emblem from the instrument, a brand name on the top. So just be careful it's on top so you don't open the case up upside down. When you've done that, we'll start at the bottom of the instrument and work our way up. We're going to take this is the bell, looks like a bell, ding-a-ling-a-ling. And then we're going to take the next joint up, which is this joint. Whoops, wrong one, damn it. Let's start that again. Okay, now we're going to set up the instrument. We're going to get our cases open the correct way up, not upside down, because everything will just fall out in a big mess. So make sure you open it up with the writing from the brand on top of the case. Normally it's on top. And just be careful and make sure it is the right way up. First we're going to take out this piece. This is the bell of the instrument, shaped like a bell, ding-a-ling-a-ling. And then we're going to take out the bottom joint, which is this one. It's got these 4 big keys on the side there. See that? And one end's got cork, and one end's got a hole to put something in. So we put one with a hole onto one with a cork. And we just push that on carefully. If it doesn't go on very easily, you might need to put some cork grease on that to make it slippery so it goes together easily. Okay, now we've got that together. We're going to get the next joint, the top joint, which is this one with these 4 little keys together. Okay? And we're going to put those little keys so they're next to the side of the instrument. So you can see the instrument up and down has got holes here, and it's also got holes on top. Okay? So the holes sort of line up together. And we have to be careful on the side of the instrument. There's a key on the side when we put it together that could hit when we're putting the instrument together. See that key there? Okay, so that we have to be careful of that. So we can't twist it all the way around because they might get tangled up. These keys might get tangled up together and bend. See how it's pushing it? We don't want that. So we just twist it a little bit side to side. I'll just do it here like this. And then that's all we need to do. And then we make sure that that side key is nicely lined up there. So the keys on the front should line up all the way down like that. So once more, the top joint I hold in my left hand, bottom joint in my right, and very gently twisting together. And I just check that it's lined up on the side. No keys should hit each other or bend or push, and just be careful where you put your hands that you're not bending, say this key here, by pushing down on it really hard. Try and push down on all the keys evenly, like that. So now we're going to take our mouthpiece with the reed on it that we had before. The mouthpiece goes towards our bottom lip, like this. And then we're going to put it on the top of the instrument, like that. And gently push that down. There we go. So you see on the back of the instrument, there's the big spoony key there and the hole for your thumb. We line that up with the reed. So that was a bit crooked. There we go. So that lines up. Oh, there we go. All the way up there. Okay, so now we're going to find where to put our fingers on the keys, the home keys. We'll call them the home keys because that's where they stay. We don't slide our fingers have a key where it stays at home, and it doesn't go visiting other keys. So our right hand, oops, here we go, hello. Our right hand thumb goes under the instrument and holds it up. Just try that. Hold the instrument up just with your thumb underneath that key. Okay? And now on the back, our left hand, find your left hand, L for left. Left hand thumb goes on the back there. Now we'll look at the front of the instrument. You can see there's three holes. So our first finger goes on the first hole. Second finger goes on the second hole. And the third hole doesn't have a key. It's just a plain old hole. Okay? So that's where our third finger goes. So, thumb on the back. First key, second key, third key. And the same down the bottom. First, whoops, wrong one. First key, second, third. And the little finger, he's got a choice here of buttons to use, okay? And also a good tip, a lot of the time on the clarinet, beginners have got small fingers and they have trouble covering the holes. So what we need to do is wiggle our fingers backwards and forwards so it sort of gets in the hole. There we go, do it with that one, wiggle, 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 so you can really feel it sitting in the hole, okay? Like a plug. And the same on the back, just wiggle it a bit, and then you have a solid seal so no air comes out of the holes. And then we're ready to play. Let's wet the reed again because it's dry. So today we've learned how to put our reed on carefully so that the top of the reed is equal with the top of the mouthpiece. We do that with the barrel on. We've also assembled our instrument from the bottom up. We put the barrel on first, the bottom joint and the bottom joint to the top joint, and then we've carefully put on the barrel with the mouthpiece so that it lines up with that spoon key on the back. And now we're ready to play our first notes in the next lesson.